Hey dears, I'm really excited to jump on here and to start sharing on Mars Musings. This title came up and I hope you like it. It's still in the process, of course, and evolution, all that will come through it. And it's very much going to be around passion and purpose, abundance and money, womanhood, living in a cyclical feminine way, entrepreneurship structures, how we can build businesses, especially as women and solo entrepreneurs, and also a little bit about my life and my practices. So I hope this will really inspire you. And thank you so much for all the feedback I've received. It's just been incredible to get inspired from what you really find interesting, what you'd like to know more about. And please just feel like this is an open channel to share whatever is interesting for you, for me to also get inspired to share more, to really just, open this dialogue together. And it's very much my life sharing, but also me continuously learning. And through our exchanges, I like this cyclical way, that we grow together. I always think that we have more together than just one person knowing everything. So the more we feed in, the more we all elevate and shine together. And so one of the main topics I've really been asked a lot about is like, how do you organize everything, especially as a mom? And I have to really admit that I've hated structure my whole life. I hated school, I hated having to be in rhythms, and that's why I think I also left finance and I left to travel the world and really just explore to live with no goals. I didn't know what day of the week it was. I wasn't even attached to time. We were just flowing. I was booking flights the day before flying and just really going with it. And I loved those years. I learned so much in that time, really surrendering, living in flow, following my heart's calling. But I also realized in living in that way, it was very difficult to build things. Because when we're constantly thinking about the next place we're going to go to, the next meal we're going to have, or where we can do this or that, or whatever it is, we are putting our energy into that, but I was not able to build my projects, to build my work. And so since I've been in Portugal, and of course with the birth of my son, it really helped me ground, it really helped me structure things. And it reminded me of a lady who once told me on my path. She said that freedom lies within structure, that you get the freedom within structure to create, to be. And I kind of didn't understand it in those years. And now that I'm here and living this, I can see how valuable structure is, that it is giving me that freedom to be creative. So, of course, with the birth of my son, structure became much more relevant. Even though in the beginning we breastfed when he wanted, we didn't have a proper sleep rhythm. Now, as he's older and a toddler, we do, and that feels very important. But that's also helped structure our life in the sense that now I have a clear work plan. Like Mondays, I work on starting the week. I also have a momentum group. Tuesdays is like this day that a coach of mine calls a CEO day, where you're organizing things. And I also have 2 groups on Tuesdays. And then Wednesdays, I really focus on the week. And also something that's been really, really important on my path, and I've told a few women that's inspired, is that I think it was The Diamond Cutter, or a book I read many years ago. The main takeaway basically I took from this book was that he was a monk in a monastery and was sent out into the world to do work again, and he went into the diamond cutting business in New York. And the main thing he basically said from his journey of implementing this teaching was that every Wednesday he would take the day off, or half the day off, to do something completely different, something creative, learn something new. But that allowed him to break his rhythms in the week and to also see things in different ways, which I think is so valuable, because sometimes we're stuck in certain problems trying to find the solution, but of course the way we're thinking or doing things is just going to perpetuate the same answers. And so he said through this creative way he could find new solutions. And so for me, a big thing is, for example, ceramics, as you probably know. You might see some here. As part of my path, it's really helped me concretize things, because I work a lot online. I work with intangible things. As a trader, everything was on the markets. And so I just find this working with the elements, with the earth, with the fire, with the water, with the drying of the air, all these elements together to create physical things really helps me ground, really helps me see things. And I also learn in different ways as I do, as I create, as I make. And then having the end results, which has been a journey of womb bowls, into bowls for the center of circles, into ceramics in different ways, yoni steaming bowls, and now into my whole tea collection that I'm making myself for a tea serving and my own ceremonies. And so all that to say that then I have this break in the middle of the week that allows my creativity, and then I go back to the women's group coaching that I have Thursdays, and then one-to-ones as well, Fridays normally, or around the week in different places, and then other projects that I work on. So I'm very clear on my plan, and also despite just the work plan, I'm super clear on our meal plans at home. I've told a few friends. I'm very clear where I order things. I do that on Mondays. We have deliveries of different foods and different days of the week. And I have a whiteboard where anyone writes what's missing. It's ordered once a week, and also all the meals for the week. So if someone doesn't approve, you better tell me before, because I'm not going to be running around pleasing everyone. This is how it works. And it's really worked. We have discussions. People say we in the family, we like this, we don't like this, and the things are there. So I'm not running around doing groceries every day, having to think about that. It really frees me up to focus on my work when I'm focusing on work, and then also to have the time with my son when it is the time with my son, and all the different avenues. So I'm much more, I would almost say, like present in those situations. And of course, that allows me a lot of things that I love, such as the women's circles. We just had one yesterday, and also some women came there and said, how do you manage this? And I was saying, well, it's really the structure that I know. The women's circles I put on Monday night. I have a group coaching on Tuesday nights as well. And then the rest of the week I work during the days. I have the evenings with my son. The mornings are very important with my son. We wake up together. We have at least an hour together in the morning, if not more. In bed, we play. We have that time. So I just feel like it's up to us to decide when is the time that we need for certain things, and when can we be present for those activities, so that we're not in one thinking I need to do this, or not in the other going, oh, I need to run to the shop, or I haven't taken care of that. So for me, this is the number one key. Putting the foundational structures in so that then we can operate, and especially as women. I mean, I see men and I coach men, and even my own partner, they're one track that can do one thing at a time. But us women, we're like multitasking, kids and family and work and home and all of these different things, groceries, whatever else, taking care of what to buy for the kids. They need new shoes, da, 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 da. It doesn't stop. And so what I think is like, let's hone it in, let's make a plan, let's get really clear on when we're doing what, so that we can be present in that. And all of that to say that the most important thing for me also, really to stay focused, to stay present in the day, is my daily practice. And that has been key for years. It's changed over the time, including meditation, yoga, movement, qigong, whatever else it is. And now a big one is tea. So tea's been added to it, where I really just sit in meditation and drink tea and really connect into myself, so that it aligns the whole day and really opens the space for that. So I hope this helps. I hope this first musing inspires you. Write back if you do have any questions, if you have any other input, and I'd love to open this dialogue. We can continue to speak and to explore this topic, especially around women running so many things, structuring and organizing it to be on top of ourselves. And of course, I'm happy to learn any other tips you have that can also help me to be more present in those different areas and to show up fully in everything that I'm doing. Big kiss for me, and I look forward to sharing more next week.